No, 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 no! No! So you might be wondering, what am I doing here? And how did I get here? To kick things off, we should probably start by going to the very beginning. I have never, ever beaten Minecraft before. And so when I decided I was just gonna sit down and play Minecraft, this is it. This is where I thought I was gonna make my move on the world. I was gonna make my stance as an amazing Minecrafter. So I called it the greatest time of my life. And naturally, I decided I needed a good world seed. Ironically, I didn't know any seeds. I didn't look anything up. I didn't Google it. I just decided, let's type in my birthday and see what happens. So I decided to grab some dirt. That's the first thing I did, because that's what you need. You need dirt. And then I also decided I wanted to create a crafting table. So I accidentally created 4 crafting tables. So every good Minecrafter knows that after you create 4 crafting tables, you need to create at least 1 wooden pickaxe. And then I did a little mining, as some often do, you know, get things started off on a good foot. After a while of mining, I decided that the next most important thing was to kill a ton of pigs, because I needed food. And food is very important.
Hit the shot now! Go for the weak spot! Take out that tank now!
So at this point, I had killed plenty of pigs, and I put my 48 pork chops properly to cook. And while I did that, I did a little bit of mining, and I found copper. I was so enchanted by this copper that it stayed with me almost the entire playthrough. So I found myself a cave thing. I don't know what else to call this other than it's a cave thing. After I fought valiantly against all these insane creatures that just so happen to be a part of Minecraft, I waited very patiently. And I got myself into a couple of violent fights with the Enderman, the scary, creepy, tall man of the game. I didn't get very many ender pearls from this, but hey, you win some, you lose some. And I was just grateful that I was able, on the second day, to receive any amount of ender pearls. So, after I acquired myself an ender pearls or 2, I decided I wanted to kill myself by fighting a bunch of skeletons. But luckily, it was just a close call. So after that close call, I decided I was gonna leave. And I found myself a village, which I was very excited about. That's super cool. And I took all their beds.
This is breaking news. The beds have been stolen.
I did quite a bit of mining after that. And then I found probably the scariest, but also one of the most useful places that I returned to several times throughout the rest of the game. So then we had a couple of skeletons. That decided they wanted to fight for me for no reason, other than the fact that I'm so incredibly handsome. I had just a quick, short run-in with a couple of creepers. After that, I made a bucket. The glorious bucket. I never would have imagined I'd get this far. Bucket.
No one is allowed to sleep.
And I was like, I wanted to do a little bit of farming, so I had some food. And this guy had the audacity to just stare at me the entire time. And I don't know why he gave me the stink eye of death. But then the farmer had the audacity to show up at my house in the wee hours of the morning, and I wasn't even doing any more farming. I think the only reason why he showed up is because I'm the only one with a bed. So I did a bit more mining and ended up finding my very first diamonds. And I was happy. Whoa. So after a lot more mining, I decided I needed to create an ender portal, because without an ender portal, I can't get the most necessary of ingredients, the blaze rod. I then decided, after going in the portal and then just thinking about it for like half a second, I decided I needed to put away everything that was really important, because I did not want to die with everything that I ever worked for. And yet, for some reason, I still have that copper inside my pocket. bucket. It was one of those. I needed to dig it out. And that took a really long time. A lot of digging. Oh yeah, I guess this happened. I decided to kill some hoglins, which, you know, wasn't too hard. I then decided I did not want to get lost. I took a screenshot of all this stuff. I don't know how to actually read it, to be honest. And then very promptly got lost, came back, and decided I needed a new plan. And in order to reach the fortress, I decided I was going to pick a direction from the portal and just dig straight there. For some reason, I felt like that was gonna work. I needed to get rid of materials. And unfortunately, this hoglin decided that he did not like me wasting materials, and I had to kill him, unfortunately. But it's okay. His meat did not go to waste. Did a bit more mining. And then I started to do some trading. Got 2 fire resistance potions. My initial intuition told me to dig straight. My mental compass knew where the fortress was, and I was happy. What? It worked? So I dug a bridge and dug my way into the fortress. But I was surprised because I found myself exactly what I was looking for. Again, I found the blaze dudes, the blazers. To leave a long story short, after putting my personal space into their personal space, just a few times more than I needed to, I ended up losing my first life. No, my stuff. Oh, no. To say the least, I was a little disappointed, but I got my stuff back. I mean, and I realized very quickly the mistake I had made, that I should just not get too close. So, in my wisdom, I used my other fire resistance potion. I mean, I already had plenty of blaze rods at this point, but I didn't know that because I thought it was a blaze rod plus an ender pearl to create the Eye of Ender, but that's not right. You gotta make the blaze. I didn't know blaze powder, or at least I forgot the blaze powder was a thing. So after taking a little bit extra time and overkilling it, not knowing if that was actually enough blaze rods, I made my way out there. I got out of Dodge. I decided I'm not dying again. I'm not gonna have it. Then after fishing so much that my fishing pole broke, I decided I needed a new way of getting ender pearls. So I wanted to create a monster spawner thing. You know, endermen are actually not going to spawn in there because of the water, regardless of the light levels. So I went back to where I originally saw those other 2 endermen, got rid of all the torches because I wanted the best chances of getting more endermen, and I waited a very long time. So after being bored of waiting, I decided I was gonna go in one straight line direction, same strategy as before, from my house, and I found a brand new village. Then I took their wheat, and I also decided to burn myself in lava. Then I befriended a horse. And this horse, I didn't actually give a name, so I'll give him a name shortly. I figured out very quickly that horses do not swim. So after doing a bit of research, I decided I wanted to create my own little desert because I couldn't find a desert. You know, endermen spawn primarily in the desert, and I realized in my head, in my brain, right then and there, that it's because of the water. And I was like, oh, so there's no water, and there's sand, and there's low light levels. I can do this. And so after mining a ton of sand, I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked because I found a ton of endermen just out in the wild while I was on my way back to my house. And so I decided I wanted to fight them. As all good manly Minecraft men decide to do, I'm gonna fight them without any way of protecting myself other than a shield and my skill level, which was apparently not as high a skill level as I anticipated because the endermen destroyed my buns. And I died. And then, because I am one that has a lot of death wishes, I decided I wanted to go and fight those people. I wanted to go fight these, I think villagers or whatever. Is that what they're called? I think the pillagers. Pillagers? Yeah. I went to fight those guys. They were pretty easy, so I ended up just killing all of them, taking their stuff, and leaving. I decided I needed to go home because I had already been defeated several times at this point. I created a very lovely desert biome. I woke up the next day, ready to check out my trap, and I found 2 lovely Endermen inside of them. They were able to get out, which is kind of a problem, but that's okay. We'll just gloss over that fact. And that's when I figured out that blaze rods and ender pearls don't go together. It's the blaze powder and the ender pearls. Once I figured that out, I prepared for all the things I needed to prepare for. I got everything that I could have ever needed for the fight, and then I realized I was missing something. I needed my beds.
This is breaking news. The beds have been stolen.
And I made my way all the way to the ocean, which is where these lovely eyes of Ender decided to take me. So now we were on a wonderful adventure, one that I could have never expected the end of. This is the most tragic thing in the world, but the Ender Pearls decided to take me very close, very, very, very closely to the underwater fortress, which I've actually beaten that boss and stuff before, but I definitely was not prepared for it, nor was I planning on fighting it at all. The pearls were taking me there. I don't know why. So after doing a bit of analysis and evaluation, I decided I was gonna do it. I was gonna dig down, or I was gonna go down to the bottom of the ocean, dig a little hole, fill up what's around me so that the water would disappear, because I've done that before, and apparently it didn't do that this time. I swam all the way down like I planned, dug a little hole as I planned, covered myself around as I planned, and then mining fatigue set in immediately as I started drowning. No, 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 no! 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 No, 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 no! I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. If anybody knows why the Eyes of Ender decided to take me to literally the worst spot ever, let me know, because I have no clue why it decided to do that.